Hello, it is City to City on Enterprise TV. Today we are at Gwinnett in Atlanta, United States of America, and our guest today is one special breed, one intelligent, corporate, purpose-driven coach, and one you need to meet. We'll take a short break, and when we return, you'll meet her. Welcome back. Now back to our interview for today. Our special guest today is none but Kenyata Jones. Meet Kenyata Jones. Today we are going to look at very important subjects, and part of what we are going to be talking about today is life, purpose, and so many other things. So I want you to pay attention as we go on. Now, you are a corporate trainer and a life purpose coach,
Yes.
right? What does it feel like as a black woman working in America?
As a black woman working in America, sometimes it can be different because we have to live up to our white counterparts. However, there is a ceiling that we are trying to get to, but sometimes it is difficult. There is a line that we should cross, but we can't really get over because of our skin color. However, being black in America and working as a woman black in America it does have its great qualities. I know with me being a corporate trainer, because of who I am outside of work, it brings it in and say that I have a rapport with everybody.
Yeah.
It's not that I never look down on anyone. It's all about who you are and what you do and how you take your job. And once you do that, that allows you to thrive in the corporate office. Now, with being a black woman in America, we do have a lot of programs at different jobs, the diversity and inclusion programs. I know at the company that I work for, we have diversity and inclusion where we have our black leaders that come out and speak and talk about the different aspects of working in corporate America, because it can get hard because we're always striving and struggling to get to the top and being seen on the bottom. Being black specifically and working, we have to change our vernacular and change the way that we speak when
Yes.
we are amongst people in corporate America.
Yes.
And a lot of times that code switch is difficult for some people.
Yes.
It can get hard sometimes, but if you play your cards right and do the right thing, then you kind of get through there a little smoother.
Okay, you talk about crossing certain lines. It's difficult sometimes to live exactly like the Caucasians, the whites.
Yes.
Yes. So, what are these lines and what are the challenges you have faced as a black woman working in corporate America?
The challenges that I have faced in corporate America is before I started working this particular job as a trainer, I was actually a call center director.
Okay.
And I had to fight with leadership all the time because the way that they saw the black employees is basically they're cattle. They're coming to work, they're coming for a check, and it's like, oh, well, they don't have these problems. And when I'm telling them they have certain issues that are keeping them from coming to work or issues that are making them late for work, I'm being told, oh, but that's not a problem. But because I am a black woman, just like these are black employees, I kind of knew what their issues were.
Yes.
Now that line, that invisible line that we all try to cross is trying to get to the next level It's like the line is always being pushed. Every time we get to a certain level, they pull the line back and
Yeah.
say, oh, now you got that, so you have to come here.
Yes.
And that's kind of hard because you never know where the line is.
Yes. Very well. So, how do you handle work life? I mean, work family life balance as a corporate person.
Now that my children are older, it's easier, but when they were younger, it was hard to balance because my children had activities that they had to get to, and I'm running a call center, so I had to be available 24/7. But changing the atmosphere of the job that I work in currently to be a different type of role, to take away some of the stress that I had. That kind of made it easier because although my children are grown, they still need things from me that I offer. So they now know, and I have to work with the schedule. Okay, on these days I can stay late, on these days I can't, and these are non-negotiables. I have to know what my non-negotiables are in order to balance that life. And at the company that I currently work at, we like to call it a life-work balance. Because after we leave this company, or I no longer work for that particular company, I still have a life.
Yes.
So I have to balance my life and then add the work into the life and, add that work to the balance.
Well, that is very good. So I want to ask, what are your expectations of the black woman all over the world? Where do you see the black woman in the picture of the world in terms of relevance, significance, pursuit, career, and all that? Is a black woman really where she is supposed to be?
Not all black women are, because we don't know our power. A lot of black women don't know the power that they carry. And once they learn the power that they carry and learn their purpose, they're able to get in position to take over some of these corporate jobs. There are some that are in these jobs that when they get to a certain level, they look down on other people that are trying to get up there instead of giving them, helping them to get there. I always say it's not giving a handout, it's giving a hand up.
Yes.
So you want to help your sister. If we unite as sisters, as black women, this world can be amazing. We can do some amazing things in the world.
Now, there are some issues back home in Africa that, we contend with on a daily basis. I want to ask about your view, what you think about it. What is your view about the girl child and underage marriage? I know it's not very common here, but back home in Africa, it's an issue, a cultural issue. In some places, girls are married off at 12, at 13.
Okay.
But these girls are black women.
Yes.
So, what are your views about it? What do you think? What do you think the world should do, or black people should do, to encourage the girl child?
I think it takes away their voice when they marry that young, because it's a lot of maturity that goes into marriage, and they're not mature enough. Because me personally, I believe that when you marry that young and it's not your choice, you're marrying out of servitude.
Yes.
And not out of love. And I understand not all marriage is love. Love comes later. However, servitude should not be the first thing that they are marrying for. But I think as a community of black women, that they should come together and say, no, this is not right. And women have to be able to stand up to their elders. A lot of people are, even here in America, they don't like to stand up to their elders because they see it as a form of disrespect.
Yes.
And it's not disrespect. Times have changed. the world has changed. So if you come and come correctly, then you can have that conversation that this is not right. And men need to understand that that's their daughter. You should want what's best for your daughter. Marriage should be when that child is ready, because they're still technically at 12 and 13, that's still a child.
Yes.
They don't have the mentality of marriage. And I understand things are taught in the home on, domestic chores and all of that.
Yeah.
Yes, that can all be taught, but mentally that person or that young lady is still a child. So they think as a child.
Thank you very much, Jones Kenyatta. We are very grateful for coming to City to City. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.